I love that intro. Thank you so much. So, my personal elevator pitch sounds pretty impressive, I must say. I am a global angel investor, tech entrepreneur, strategic advisor, board member, world traveler, philanthropist, published author, and licensed scuba diver. I invest in companies worldwide, focusing on sustainability, wellness, future of work, and education. Now, from the outside, it looks like I have it all figured out. Sure. But behind those shiny, shiny titles is a truth I rarely ever share. I live with bipolar disorder. 2017, that was the year I was diagnosed. My whole world collapsed. I was hospitalized for 3 weeks. My career derailed. Friendships gone. Even that innate family trust, that faded. And at the time, I felt broken. Ironically, in that psychiatric ward, I rediscovered a hidden strength. I was unbeatable at Boggle. I loved that game even as a child. And while everything in my life felt so chaotic, give me that grid of random letters and I could still find the words that no one else saw. And it may sound funny, but that silly game reminded me of something so vital. Even when life looks like noise, there are hidden patterns waiting to be found. And if I could find them on the board, maybe I could find them in myself too. And that's what this talk is really about. The strengths inside each of us, often hidden, often overlooked, sometimes buried under labels or fear or casual hobbies. We're taught to look outside of ourselves, degrees, careers, likes, social media followers for proof of worth. I did that too, and hey, I still do that. But the truth is, the strengths that make us limitless are already within us. We just need to name them, claim them, and use them as fuel. So I grew up in the Philippines, a developing nation where scarcity shaped what felt possible. Later in life, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I endured cyberbullying. I even survived a horrible abusive relationship. And each of these experiences came with a label: broken, unworthy, weak, even crazy. But Boggle taught me this. Even when the board looks messy, meaning is still there if you look for it. I realized my ability to see patterns others missed, whether it was words, connections, opportunities, possibilities. That wasn't just a quirk, it was a strength. It gave me resilience, creativity, and courage. And that discovery became the seed for everything I've done since. Created educational programs for underprivileged children in the Philippines. I've helped leaders tackle humanity's biggest challenges. I've built businesses around the world. I've traveled to all 7 continents. I became a published author, and now I'm actually producing a TV show in Hollywood. So here's the shift. Struggles, they don't erase our strengths. In fact, they reveal them. And for a long time, I actually believed the opposite. I thought that being hospitalized meant I was weak, that being sensitive meant I was fragile, that needing help meant I was broken. But over time, I realized that the very things that I wanted to hide were the same things that set me apart. That sensitivity of mine, it made me a better leader because I can read the room, I can sense what people need, and I can connect more deeply. And my curiosity, it drives me to ask questions that spark innovation and uncover opportunities that others often overlook. And my persistence, it kept me alive during the hardest days and now fuels me to keep going when the work feels impossible. So what's the lesson here? Strength isn't always loud. It doesn't always look like confidence or power. Sometimes it's disguised as survival. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to try again tomorrow. And here's the most important part. The moment you own your story, all of it, you stop being defined by labels like patient, victim, or failure. Instead, you begin to see those hidden abilities for what they are, the foundation of a limitless life. And that's the shift I want for you. To stop asking, what's wrong with me? And to start asking yourself, what is strong in me? So, how do you uncover your hidden strengths? Let me walk you through 4 steps. I will ask you to try one of them with me right now. So the first step, name it. Name your strength. Think back to a time when life felt heavy, but somehow you still found a way through. Maybe you cracked a joke in the middle of chaos. Maybe you organized what felt unmanageable. Maybe you stayed calm when everyone else panicked. Those instinctive moves, those are the clues to your strengths. Now, take a moment. Think of one time in your life when things were rough, but you still pulled through. What did you do that made the difference? What did you do? Got it? Now hold on to that thought. Step 2, tame it. Tame your strength. Here's the thing about strengths. If you don't recognize them, they run wild or get overlooked. So many of us say, oh, I'm just a good listener. I'm just a good organizer. I just notice details. But there's no just. Those so-called little things, they are the foundation of leadership, innovation, and connection. Taming your strength means noticing when it shows up, how it helps you, and yes, how it can get in your way. Because sometimes an untamed strength can sometimes look like a weakness. Persistence is powerful, sure, until it turns into stubbornness. Sensitivity, that's a gift until it overwhelms you. Awareness lets you refine and channel your strengths so that they serve you and not sabotage you. Third step, share it. Why? Because strengths do not grow in isolation. They grow in reflection. We need people around us who say, you know, you're really good at this. You realize that. And your tribe, your community, that becomes your mirror. The right people will remind you of your power on the days that you forget, and they'll challenge you to keep stretching it further. So ask them, when do you see me at my best? And you may be surprised by what they notice. The last step, live by it. Let your strengths lead the way. Build your life, your work, your relationships around what already makes you strong. Stop contorting yourself to fit someone else's definition of success. Because the most fulfilled people I know, they aren't hustling to become someone they're not. They are aligning with who they already are. And let me be clear, this isn't about pretending flaws don't exist. It's about turning the spotlight toward what already works. Because those are the parts of you that will carry you through uncertainty, which, let's be honest, it never really goes away. So, remember that messy little board game Boggle? Okay, so every time I still play it, I am reminded, even when the board looks scattered, there is meaning waiting to be found. Your story is the same. The words, the strengths, they are already there. So shake the letters, look at the board, and own your story. Because when you do, you will unlock a life without limits. Thank you.